He's, yeah. Okay. Both. Okay, we're going to call the special joint meeting of the Infrastructure Committee and Council to order. And please rise for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Brunner?
Yes.
Councilmember Stanko?
Here.
Councilmember Reiner?
Here.
Councilmember Muggle?
Here.
Councilmember Barnett? Here. Councilmember Windhofer?
Here.
And Council President Jenks?
Here.
The committee should also.
If you're going to help us.
I move roll call for the infrastructure also.
Steve Brunner?
Here.
John Woodward?
Here.
Fred Mogul?
Here.
Jen Reiner?
Here.
Bill Jenks?
Here.
That's it.
Do we have any public comments as they relate to items on the agenda? Okay, hearing none, we will move on.
We need to go into executive session, council.
Right now?
Yes.
Okay. At this point, we will adjourn into executive session
Upstairs.
upstairs.
You're on?
I'll just turn it over. Okay, thank you for your patience. We will resume our joint meeting of Council and Infrastructure. We had to adjourn into executive session to discuss personnel matters. So at this time, I'm going to turn the meeting over to Infrastructure Chair, Mr. Brunner.
Thank you. Moving on, item number 4, 1725 golf. There's no action items. I assume there's nothing new, so we can just move on.
There's an update. We came to a collective agreement that the property owner, had a structural engineer assess and evaluate the wall. We are on the same page that that structural engineer gave a report, therefore liability is on that engineer, not anyone on borough staff or consultant side as to the future of that wall holding up. So based off of that, Joe is willing to issue a permit. The property owner just needs to submit the permit application, which that was corresponded to them, I think, like last Thursday.
Something like that.
It still has to do with the stormwater stuff.
That's been.
Stormwater's approved. I have escrow. I have the operations and maintenance agreement, which has been reported. They just need their contractor to get out and start scheduling and do the work.
It's
So,
construct the stormwater, right?
yeah. And then Jim's office needs to inspect that.
Okay.
So finally, we're moving forward.
Okay. All right. Item 5, zoning and codes report.
It's pretty self-explanatory, other than I have updates on the Berkshire Mall, 40 Cedarwood, 524 Douglas, 808 Franklin, and 1741 Paper Mill. So, in that order, the emergency sewer repairs were made to the line at the food court at the mall last week. We got that permit application in. I saw Jeff brought it back this morning. So, next step would be mall management needs to pick that up, and then your office would do the final inspection.
Yeah, that inspection, the building sewer was done last week.
Yes.
Up to the main, I guess the main had some structural issues and they took out, I think Joe said about a 15-foot section
You
and
told me
replaced that.
It's not a public main, it's still a
Yeah,
private main.
it's it was terracotta, I guess, the main, so
Mhm.
they did like a 10-15-foot section that they actually replaced of that as well. So tied into the main all the way back to the building. So that's been complete and inspected. I guess they still need to go back, I guess for backfilling and final inspection.
And then their next step would be to televise the underground stormwater lines, deal with that through Jim's office. He's gonna go out and inspect all of that, so that would be the next step. 40 Cedarwood, the citations have gone to bench warrant due to no response by the property owner. We talked about 1725 Dolphin. For 524 Douglas, Michelle Mayfield from Chris's office has been in touch with the attorney that represents the property owner. We have tentatively talked about settling or coming to an agreement, so to speak. The conditions of that would be that the property owner will have 30 days from the date of the order to correct and abate all of the violations voluntarily. Should he not do so, the borough does maintain the right per the order to then go onto the property and correct the violations for him. We would have the ability to collect our attorney fees and the amount to be provided. We would collect $400, which is about half the cost towards Kraft's time spent to investigate, research, and get to this point for the property. If we, the borough, would end up having to abate the violations for the property owner, we would then place a lien for all costs incurred to correct and abate the violations. And language would be added to the order that failure to comply in any capacity would be considered contempt.
Good.
Does committee have any questions or concerns about that proposed approach?
I'm good with it.
Okay, thank you.
808 Franklin, just an update, the permit application has been received since the report went out, and for anybody who didn't understand the initials for 1741 Paper Mill, which is the former Crown Plaza, the BRPC is the county's Blighted Property Review Committee. Jeff Hogue from Kraft's office had what I thought was a fantastic idea. The property owner keeps saying that they're gonna start, so we gave them a deadline of you start by January, or we are sending it to the county's Blighted Property Review Committee to move forward with the blight process. That seemed to get their attention, but we'll see next month.
Okay. Anything else we discuss on the zone of the code report?
Not unless anybody has any questions.
What's done if certificates of occupancy are not issued, but properties are occupied?
Couple of options. We can placard and condemn. Even when doing that, I'm not aware that we've ever actually gone and physically removed people from a building, and my guess is, Chris, you would advise us not to do that.
Well, I think we need to evaluate all options, but I think there are other options that are available to try to resolve the issue of that nature.
But I mean,
It's difficult winter and colder weather too.
typically the first step would be placarding it and condemning it.
Can we have a category to report that properties being occupied without certificate of occupancy?
What do you mean a category to report that? Oh, like in the report?
Report?
I think that's a yes.
Or can try. At least, well, at least man.
All right. Any other questions? All right. Anything doing the fourth and only pump station? Hearing none?
Draft agreements are with the developers, right? Is this where they're gonna buy?
No, you guys never replied to me and said you were okay with them.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
that's on my desk.
No, I think that got lost.
Got it.
Because neither one of them responded.
All right, moving on, Westernburg's Water Authority.
I've got a couple items for you. Things are going well at the plant. Last month, because of the drought, we were supplying water to Rawa. Over 13 days, we provided 9.5 million gallons of water, which significantly helped our sales, but we're still under budget for the year. So that tells you something. Jeff Jessel reported to us at the board meeting last week that design for the Woodland Road meter pit, the new one, is complete. And just so you know, there's a letter in the works from our solicitor just to clarify any cost-sharing issues or responsibilities for that project going forward. So watch for that. And then, let's see, board meeting dates are gonna change for next year. We're gonna have our meetings on the first Monday of the month at noon going forward, so you know that. And not to be premature, but assuming you reappoint me, thank you very much.
We did.
Oh, okay.
Welcome back.
Do you know, Chris, Jim and I attended a meeting at Western Berkshire about a month ago.
About a month ago.
Chip had emailed myself, West Riding, and Shillington after that meeting asking for some follow-up information, which I didn't copy everybody, but I know I provided what he was asking for
Right.
Wyomissing. It sounded like staff and the board were gonna do a deep dive into some of those numbers and then come back as to the rate for 25,
Right.
but I haven't heard anything.
So, I believe you will, is my understanding that, West Reading, I think, were the only ones who didn't respond at all. And there is a presentation or something in the works to respond to, those issues and kind of explaining why the rate increase and giving a deeper dive into that rate increase.
Okay.
So, you should be hearing about that hopefully soon.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else for discussion? All right, and I'll make a motion that we table discussing the ownership of the pipe and the bridge.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Sanitary sewer. Bid price is still $736,159, but we have payment application number 6 from PSI Plumbing Solutions in the amount of $122,349.28. And I'll go ahead and make a motion to recommend the council to pay for that.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it.
This time the council could consider action on the recommendation from the committee.
Yes. Okay, we'll switch back to, all of council to vote on the motion to approve, application number 6. Okay, in the amount of, $122,349.28, and I'll make that motion. We have a motion and yes.
Just moving forward, every payment application on here will go through that same process except for the water payment application.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Brennan?
Yes.
Councilmember Stanko?
Yes.
Councilmember Romer? Yes. Councilmember Vogel?
Yes.
Councilmember Barnett?
Yes.
Councilmember Weinhofer?
Yes.
And Council President James.
Yes.
Okay. Am I back in session now? Okay. The Westline Interceptor, doesn't look like there's anything new there. Just looking for.
We got our DEP permit.
Sorry?
We got our DEP permit.
Spring Township, the Wyomissing Creek Interceptor Project. There was a change order received from Wexcon, in the amount of $2,877.60. And, I'll go ahead and make the motion to approve payment in that amount to Wexcon Inc.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. We don't have to take it to council.
Yeah, do we need a council action on that, or just wait till we?
If it's not italicized on the agenda, it does not need council action.
Perfect.
Windward pump stations, were anything new there, Jim? Either, Jim?
No.
Okay. Moving on to streets. Project list, down. Do we have anything that needs to go through here yet? Nothing on the phase 1, that's all same stuff. 50/50 sidewalk project, we have some payment applications. So, the committee has in front of them I'll make a motion that payment application number 1 for LB Construction Enterprises be paid in the amount of $40,110.30.
We missed this one?
No,
That's just talking about it.
that's,
Oh, okay, gotcha, sorry. Yeah,
It's weird.
yeah.
So, I made that motion to pay application number 1 to LV Construction Enterprises, in the amount of $40,110.30.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Council can now take action on that.
Okay, so, somebody wish to make a motion for application number 1 to LB Construction in the amount of $40,110.30.
Second.
Motion and second, roll call, please.
Councilmember Brenner?
Yes.
Councilmember Stanko? Councilmember Varner?
Yes.
Councilmember Vogel?
Yes.
Councilmember Barnett?
Yes.
Councilmember Weinhofer?
Yes.
Council President James?
Yes.
Okay, underwater, we have payment application number 3 from Al Geyer Enterprises LLC, and I'll make the motion to recommending approving payment application number 3 in the amount of $387,450 even. That's not the payment? Oh, sorry, 153, sorry, big problem. $153,482 even. My apologies.
Second.
Motion is second, just to be clear, for Al Geyer Enterprises LLC, payment application number 3 in the amount of $153,482 even. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
and Jim, why isn't that ready for council?
These are just recommendations for Phyllis for accounting reasons, 2020 versus 2025.
Cambridge Avenue Culvert and pedestrian bridge, doesn't look like there's anything new there.
Pre-construction meetings on the 18th for the culvert.
December 18th.
Yep, they have to do that, complete the work on the stream between January 1st and March 15th.
Okay. As far as number 12, I know nothing new on that one.
I have one thing, which Bill Meister reached out to me on Friday and asked if we were interested in a cost proposal for him to look at the option to relocate PD to a new building and then do something in some capacity to reconfigure current Borough Hall. And I said, no, my understanding based off the last conversation the subcommittee and then infrastructure had was the two options we would consider moving forward are one new building for everyone or one new building for PD, renovate PD, Borough Hall, move in there, and that was the end of it. So I told him I would run that past the committee since we were meeting today, but that my understanding is we did not want to look at a cost proposal to do anything to this part of the building.
Well, no, the estimated cost proposal was far too high.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unless some new property pops up out of the blue that we don't know about,
But that's not here, and he
Correct.
was solely talking about here. Yes.
Understood.
Yes.
So I don't think we need to do anything with that.
Agreed.
Okay.
Where do we stand just on grant monies?
We don't have any. We have tons of
Free.
pending applications
Right.
from anywhere from $1 million up to $5 million, but I mean, none of those awards will be announced until likely July of 25 at the earliest.
I thought we heard something about $1 million we got a grant, part of the grant.
No, we applied for one.
We didn't get $1 million in the last couple of months.
We got $500,000 for the new fire truck apparatus.
No, I know that, it's $1 million.
Okay. Public Works Garage, we have payment application number 13 to Alton Construction, Inc. in the amount of $118,065.51.
I want to make a statement for the record that none of these payments will be coming out of the Tompkins short-term loan. We have closed out all of the disbursements from that loan, so all of these payments would be from the borough's general fund.
So I can vote.
That's exactly correct.
So I'll make that recommendation that we approve payment number 13 in the amount of $118,065.51. Motion to second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. I'll pass it off to council.
Okay, council needs to entertain, application number 13 to Bolton Construction in the amount of $118,065.51. And I'll make that motion. We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Brennan?
Yes.
Councilmember Stanko?
Yes.
Councilmember Reimer?
Yes.
Councilmember Vogel?
Yes.
Councilmember Barnett?
Yes.
Councilmember Whitehouse?
Yes.
And Council President James?
Yes.
We also have payment application number 7 to 8 from A.H. Moyer, Inc. for plumbing in the amount of $20,132.79. And I'll make the recommendation to forward that to council.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Pass it on to council.
Okay, council needs to make a motion to approve application number 7 to A.H. Moyer in the amount of $20,132.79. And I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion and second. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Brennan?
Yes.
Councilmember Stanko? Councilmember Reimer?
Yes.
Councilmember Vogel?
Yes.
Councilmember Barnett?
Yes.
Councilmember Whitehouse?
Yes.
And Council President James?
Yes.
We also have payment application number 6 to A.H. Moyer, Inc. for the HVAC in the amount of $12,623.75. And I'll make a motion to approve to recommend to council. Second. Motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it.
Okay, council wishes to entertain a motion to A.H. Moyer for the HVAC system in the amount of $1,623.75. Somebody wish to make that motion?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Brennan?
Yes.
Councilmember Stanko?
Yes.
Councilmember Reimer?
Yes.
Councilmember Vogel?
Yes.
Councilmember Barnett?
Yes.
Councilmember Whitehouse?
Yes.
And Council President James?
Yes.
Okay, one last thing for the Borough Garage, the payment application number 6 from Garden Spot Electric in the amount of $34,045.98. I'll go ahead and make the motion to recommend the council for payment of that application number 6.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Sorry, forgot that part.
Okay, council wishes to make a motion to pay application number 6 to Garden Spot Electric in the amount of $34,045.98.
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Brennan?
Yes.
Councilmember Stanko?
Yes.
Councilmember Reimer?
Yes.
Councilmember Vogel?
Yes.
Councilmember Barnett?
Yes.
Councilmember Whitehouse?
Yes.
And Council President James?
Yes.
Discuss ribbon cutting.
Since we had a ribbon cutting for the groundbreaking, we could hold an infrastructure meeting easily in the training break room at the new building over there. If that's something the committee / council has interest in doing.
Okay with that?
Do you have a preference, January versus February?
Whichever one's gonna be warmer.
You got a crystal ball?
The building has a brand new heating system, so.
Let's run January then.
Okay.
We're gonna invite some dignitaries.
I can.
You might wanna invite the same people who came from
Yeah.
the first day.
In case of inclement weather, let's just make sure it's really salted and plowed.
Okay.
We're next day,
November 21st.
Stonehouse project, and just to be clear before I discuss, payment application number 5 is not the last application, correct?
That is correct, and retainage, even with this payment application number 5, is $27,000.
Okay, so we have payment application under the Stonehouse project, payment application number 5 from Construction Master Services LLC in the amount of $44,866.75. I'll make a motion to approve recommending the council for the payment application.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. I'll pass it on to council.
Okay, council needs to entertain a motion for payment application number 5 to Construction Master Services LLC in the amount of $44,866.75.
Second.
We have a motion and a second roll call, please.
Councilmember Brunner?
Yes.
Councilmember Stengel?
Yes.
Councilmember Reiner?
Yes.
Councilmember Vogel?
Yes.
Councilmember Barnett? Councilmember Weinhardt?
Yes.
Council President James?
Yes.
Anything new on the parkland study?
Steve, can you hold on 1 second? I had asked Jim if he would address Mr. Jadek's comments that were made at council last week about
Oh.
the Stonehouse project.
I'll allow for that.
Sean from Jim's office and myself went out last week to look at Mr. Jadek's concerns. And the trail itself, we found no inconsistencies. The only issue that needs to be addressed from his request is the 288 parking spaces are off a smidgen. And we will address that with CMS contract.
Smidgen.
A smidgen.
Can't wait to see that in the announcement.
Smidgen?
They're off a smidgen.
Put that
So
in
they're gonna see, so
Cotton
they'll
candy?
fix the smidgen and we'll be all good, and then we can release the retainage at that point, right?
It'll be a couple months yet, and we'll actually hold some retainage into the spring because the grass situation, who
Okay.
knows what's gonna happen.
Yeah, got it. Okay, fair enough. Any other questions regarding the Stonehouse Park project? Good. Anything new on the parkland study, number 15? Okay. Like rule update, anything more exciting there on that? Nope.
The lead?
Yeah, lead pipe rule. Lead
Just
rule.
as you know, we had 642 unknown service lines. Everybody got the letters, and we did get, I don't know if it's good or bad, we got 125 responses for people assisting us or sending pictures of what's coming through their basement wall, so it's a good start.
Good pictures or bad pictures?
We haven't gone through them all yet. Mixed bag.
Any lead shows?
No, not that we're aware of.
People aren't gonna send us that.
We haven't analyzed them all at this point.
Look, they'll show the BBC, they're not gonna show you anything. All right. I don't think there's anything new to discuss on the split rail fence in the parklands.
As much as I'd like to have seen this be buried, it keeps popping up, so we get to opine. My understanding is that the last time we discussed this, it had to do with the floodplain, and that we couldn't do this. My understanding is that if there was something there before the flood of Agnes, or the flood was, that they split rail fence go away, we could repair that item if it was in floodplain. That's permitted under the law. At the same time, while we were agreeing to sort of bury it, we planted trees there. So if we planted trees there, aren't they part of this floodplain? Which, when the trees get really big, they cause a lot of water problems when they fall over. So why would we plant trees there and not put this simple fence there, which we keep talking about? We can't figure out a way to spend $6 grand to fence that.
The trees are actually helpful in the floodplain, because
So
of
they
the,
fall over.
because of the root structure, and it keeps the soil at bay, it keeps the edge of the creek bed at bay, because there is that structure underneath the ground.
So
So
is
trees
it-
are beneficial.
So is it not true that you could replace the split rail fence if it was there before the flood?
I don't have the answer to that.
I think you can.
Is that in?
I think you can repair a fence if it's there. If it's totally destroyed, I don't believe you'll have to put it back.
Well, this is where we get into the minutia. Repairing a split rail fence, replacing a split rail fence, sounds like a word game.
No, repair
was-
means some part of the original structure is still there that can be
Well, it was
fixed.
still there until we threw it away, so we destroyed it. It didn't get destroyed, it didn't go down the Schuylkill River. We got rid of it. So if we got rid of it, we could put it back. Well, that's what I think the law says.
So may I ask one question, Ron? Why is this so important to you?
It's only important because of the simplification and the way we complicate things. It was a piece of Wyomissing folklore that was always there, that people took pictures of and had fun looking at it, because it was part of this idyllic setting. And it turned into an idyllic, crazy thing that we're talking about now, about replacing 12 pieces of wood, because a floodplain is going to destroy something, which just seems like we don't want to do it, so we make up dumb reasons not to do it. And then we keep putting it in the agenda, so I get to talk about it again.
Yeah, guess what?
It seems like it's
I'm gonna
not
make a
done.
recommendation, we take it off the agenda.
Yeah, I thought this had already been exercised. You know,
Well, until we found out that you could replace it, which was erroneous information, so now that we know that was erroneous, and really,
I don't think that's erroneous based off of our floodplain ordinance.
our floodplain ordinance?
Yes.
I didn't know we had a floodplain ordinance that prohibited it. I
But
thought Jim said this was state law, that you can't do this.
every municipality has to adopt the floodplain ordinance, and then everyone has the same one, you have to adopt the state floodplain ordinance.
And it doesn't say you can replace something after a floodplain.
You can repair it, you can't replace it if it's not there.
That's my point. Why can't we repair it?
It's gone,
It fell over,
it's not there now.
because we took it
You're gonna-
away.
Well, then you got rid of your nonconformity by
Well,
taking
somebody
it away.
forgot to tell us we should repair this thing fast, because if we throw it in the trash can, we can't fix it.
Okay, well, it's in the trash can, we can't fix it. So we're on 18. So the Girl Scouts came to us about that median on Wyomissing Boulevard. I think we came up with some kind of agreement what to do there. But they're looking to add, proposing painting American flag murals at the Happy Hollow and the Wyomissing Hills playgrounds. Renderings were sent to everybody. Before we even vote on it, I'd like to hear any discussion on it. Okay, then I'll make the motion to go ahead and let them approve, or recommend the council approve the Girl Scouts painting American flag murals at both Happy Hollow and Wyomissing Hills playgrounds.
I'll second.
We have a motion is, motion is a joke. Motion in the second, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it.
I'd just like to say that I don't know that painting a pathway would be a good idea, because of the foot traffic is just gonna wear it down. And that maybe there's window ideas or something on the building. Are we also allowed to paint in Happy Hopper, because it's not official property, is it?
No, but in the lease agreement with the school district, just the same way we have the option to put in and replace the equipment and everything else, we do have the right to do things to the property.
Okay.
Let's just let them know that we're doing it. Tell us what.
I'm sorry,
Just that's what we're gonna let them know.
that's what Steve just said.
I just hope this doesn't unleash the Girl Scouts who want to put murals all
This'll,
over the
John,
borough.
this'll be it. This'll be it. I agree, just so you know. Then we have item number 19, is that for me or is that for council?
Council,
Yeah, it's council. Yep. You wanna adjourn your?
Okay. So at this point, there's nothing left for the infrastructure committee, so I'll make a recommendation to adjourn.
Second.
And motion to second, meeting adjourned.
Okay, we'll go back into council. Item number 19, council needs to exercise motion to table personnel action related to employee number 10. And I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion and second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Okay, item number 19 is tabled. Okay. Number 20, under public comments of non-agenda items. Are there any public comments related to non-agenda items? Okay, I do have one comment. Jim, you may want to pay attention to this. I noticed it the other day, and I'm sure it's because of the construction, all of the traffic, or street lights are out at, in front of Tennis Park Apartments on Cambridge. And then further up the hill on Cambridge, there's 3 others that would be in the eastbound lane. So Cambridge
Going
Avenue
up
is
over
pretty,
going up over the hill.
yeah, it's pretty dark right now.
The ones closer to Old Mill is because of the construction.
I
The ones
figured.
upstream, I would doubt that. identify which ones.
Yeah, but, you know, just that,
Yeah.
it's very dark,
Okay.
you know, all over there now. And I'll bring up the bypass again.
We just spent some money, well, not on the bypass, no, not on the bypass,
That's okay, the ones
Crossing
on
Drive.
Penn Avenue are out too.
So the bypass, the exact same scenario?
Yeah, they're not all out, but it's sporadic. It's not completely like when that break
Yeah.
went, but that's sporadic. And then also, past Clayton Avenue going westbound, everything's out there.
Temporary street light?
On Penn Ave?
The sign lights, yeah, the sign lights. Okay, any
The only
other?
good thing there is the ones on Penn Avenue, aren't our responsibility. The ones on the bypass
Perfect,
are ours to.
good. It may not be a bad idea if we get the police department again, just, and those are the main areas, but I'm seeing a lot more just out all over, especially with all this digging of not only the sewer lines.
I know that for a fact that Cambridge has been reported,
Oh, okay, good.
but that's just waiting for them to come out and do that
Yeah.
stuff, so.
Thank you. Any other public comments? Okay, hearing none, entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion and second, we are adjourned.